Which Van Halen album is going to sound the best?
I'm going to go with 1978 Van Halen 1.
You think Van Halen 1 is going to be the best one?
I think it's going to be the best overall mix, meaning texture of everything, the way everything sits in there, even though it is a weird mix like we were talking about with the guitar in one channel. I think that's going to be the best one.
I might have to agree with you. Let's see. We will see.
We'll start with Running with the Devil. We already know the kick drum sounds like paper, but I think the vocal mix and the guitar is going to shine. A little bit of fuzzy bass. Even though that guitar is all the way in the left, I feel like it's still...
Yeah, it's almost like
it's got that reverb on it. It fills out more. But it's just one.
Yeah, it's
just him.
It's really strange that it's... Well...
The vocal reverb, it kind of matches what the guitar's doing, so it feels like they're playing on a stage in like an arena kind of vibe, which they might be. I actually don't know.
It's very different. It's all there. I mean, the mix is nice. It's even though it's a little different, but the voice is placed nicely. Sounds good.
The drums are a little bit weak, but I'm okay with it because I think the guitar, it's a guitar-centric
I think so.
band, and it's Van Halen.
But it feels balanced, though. It doesn't feel like
that's what I mean.
One's really dominating the other.
Yeah, I feel like if the drums were punchier or whatever, it wouldn't...
What music have you heard from the late 70s that had punchy drums? Have you heard really much?
Good question.
And a first album at that.
Oh, there's a right channel guitar.
Huh.
So they did...
It's reserved for his solos only. Right channel is reserved for solos.
I love that.
But do you remember we listened to the vinyl of this at one point, and it was dual channel. You remember that?
Yeah, there's a pressing of it. I think
it was different.
It's not hard pan.
Okay.
Let's try a couple other songs. I think we got a good idea of what they're working with on that one. It's probably going to be very similar.
Yeah.
Still one guitar, one channel.
The drums are... The hi-hat is like very centered though. Like, the hi-hat's not coming in.
The drums overall are kind of centered.
Yeah. It's working though. You can hear that. You can hear it all. Cymbals are out there though.
Yeah, I feel like they're pretty high up too.
They are.
I like the secondary vocals in the right channel there. See, when stuff does come in to balance out the left channel,
yeah. Yeah, that sounds... It's pretty consistent so far.
Mm-hmm. Let's try another. One of the coolest guitar riffs. Really shows off his tone. Sounds like they just recorded it all in one day.
They probably did.
It sounds exactly consistent with the other two.
Which is kind of unique. Well, it's interesting because usually older music tends to be a little more... It fluctuates. The mixes fluctuate a little bit.
Sure.
This is
might not be
consistent.
Yeah, I wonder if Eruption, if it's still a hard pan guitar.
Ooh,
I don't
yeah.
think he does multi-tracking.
Yeah, do that one.
That's centered.
Yeah, it is. You're right. I've never noticed that before. Do you ever just crank this while you're driving? It's
Top 3 best guitar solos of all time. I don't care how many covers of this. Nobody will ever sound the way he did.
No, this
or
is,
does.
honestly, it doesn't really get enough credit, I don't think.
Mm-mm.
Maybe it did years ago, but as of lately, it hasn't really.
If you were to take all the same gear that he used with the best guitar player in the world, it still wouldn't sound the same as him.
No.
Buckethead might be able to get close, but nobody does Van Halen better than Buckethead.
That's true. He has done that.
He can do a lot of different bands almost better than they do it sometimes, but
This sounds really good though. It really does.
they do have an acoustic song on here.
That's right, Ice Cream Man.
Is this a cover or is this an original?
That's a good question. I believe it's original. It's some like old folk song or something.
Yeah, they had ice cream trucks back in the 1800s. Maybe they did, they just weren't trucks. Maybe. When was ice cream invented?
Oh my god.
We ask the hard questions here.
Yeah, I see that.
Guitar's kind of quiet, but I mean, it's good texture. It sounds like a natural guitar
Yeah,
to me.
it is a little quiet, but I think for the style they're going for here,
The vocal.
it's working for it. I mean, just the fact that this song is on this album.
How do you go from shredding away to sitting on your porch and playing the acoustic, you know?
Yeah. Here's where it really kicks off.
Oh, it does come in. This is the 145.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not good with that.
1, 4. I think it is anyway. It's just the chord progression. It's traditional blues rock.
See, they kept this one with.
Key change.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But this sounds like the rest of the album still.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Guitars on the left, drums sound good in the middle, and then vocals.
But they didn't move the solo over, the guitar solo to this side. They kept it on the left.
It's only one guitar though.
True. That's
And
right.
that other
That's true. There was
song,
two guitars.
yeah.
You're right.
2 guitars.
It's pretty consistent. It's a good sounding album.
I think that's all I need from 1978.
Yeah. It's
Van Halen II is 1979. The only song I think I know is Dance the Night Away. Coming in with the left channel guitar again.
yeah.
It's a little quieter.
It is.
It's not as blaring as the last album.
Kick drum still sounds like crap.
It's pretty rough.
The guitar is like quieter, or like it sounds.
It sounds farther away.
Yeah.
I would argue the production quality is worse on this compared to the last album.
Yeah, it doesn't sound quite as dialed in, at least not on this song.
The natural texture of the last album isn't quite on this one. Like the way his guitar sounded, it doesn't have that cut or the chugging kind of texture as he's palm muted, like it.
Yeah, overall, it's almost like
Softer.
yeah, I was gonna say flatter.
It's a little bit more flat, yeah. His voice, everything sounds like it's kind of kept down.
Yeah,
It's not as dynamic, I think is the word I'm looking for.
that's a good word.
The other one, the guitar got really loud, and here the drums come in, and the voices come in and out. And this is all like, it's all kind of staying the same volume, but
Yeah.
it's very quiet. What else is on this album? We'll find out.
Somebody Get Me a Doctor is a popular song.
It's my first time hearing it.
I think it is.
Yeah, the guitar sounds different. It's not as bright. It still sounds like Van Halen.
Yeah, it's definitely a step down. It sounds very similar to Van Halen 1.
Similar,
but you're
step
right.
in a different direction, not a good one.
Yeah,
Sounds consistent with the previous song.
yeah.
The drums might. Oh man, they sound.
Everything's
pretty
like
similar.
more like crunched together. There's not as much space between things. The way in the first one.
I feel like there's like a top level. Something's keeping everything from
Yeah.
being more dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see this album getting much better.
Try
with
one
any more
more.
song. Yeah,
Try a
Okay.
random song. Light Up the Sky.
Every bass line is the same too. You ever notice that? He does that a lot.
I think the consistency on this album is as consistent as the first album.
It's consistent.
But overall,
yeah,
it doesn't sound.
it's not there.
It doesn't shine through like.
It's
the
not
other
terrible.
album. No, and that's not to say they're bad songs either.
No, yeah, no, it's nothing.
It's kind of a point I wanted to. We should make too. Is like
Yeah,
we're
or
not critiquing the songwriting
Yeah.
or the musical performance.
Yeah, no.
Because this is
What they needed was a better mixer.
yeah. Sounds like it has more reverb on it. Like they wanted to sound bigger. Could have been what they were going for. I think I'm ready to move on to their next album.
What is this?
Women and Children First.
Women and Children First.
I have no idea what's on this. Oh, Everybody Wants Some.
That's a popular song.
What's the movie that's from? Better Off Dead.
Yeah, go ahead.
John Cusack.
Yeah, Better Off Dead.
We have
Oh,
stereo
wow.
pan drums.
Wow.
Or is it just in the left?
No, it's jumping around.
Yep. So that's a big change from the last two.
And this is still David Lee Roth. It's still Van Halen. It's not Van Hagar.
Good. Stereo guitar. I think. It sounded like the guitar feedback he was doing. It's coming through both. No, it is.
It's still left pan.
There's
jump-
other stuff
yeah,
going on in
yeah.
the channel, but you're right. The main guitar riff's in the left. Still going for that huge reverb. I like the guitar tone though. It's down-tuned, it's heavy, it's dark. There's that tone.
It's still very similar, though, to Van Halen 1. It hasn't really derived much.
It sounds thinner.
Very. I was just going to say that. Drums are really lacking on this one.
I feel like this album was quieter too.
Yeah, I feel like I keep turning it up here.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it again.
Yeah, it's still in the realm of.
I feel like
The
it
last
sounds
two.
worse again, though.
I think they're stepping down a little, just a little bit. Feels kind of disjointed, actually.
It's almost like the guitar is
separate from everything else.
Yeah.
Probably because of the hard panning.
It feels like it's in front of everything else, though. I think that's the problem.
Comparing that to the first Van Halen, despite that being hard panned, it still felt cohesive.
Right.
Especially with the vocal and the guitar. Yeah, his vocal sounds like it's pushed back. The guitar is still not as forward as it should be. But it's still louder than everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of feels like an afterthought. Huh. I don't know what else is on this album.
Hold on, I could follow along here a little bit. Oh, Cradle Will Rock. That's the first
Cradle
song
Will Rock.
is a that's a popular song. It's a radio song, I should say.
This sounds different.
Is it just me or this song louder?
The drums fill out more than the hi-hat. Drum? Yeah, I think it is louder.
Something's I didn't touch anything. Something.
Weird. If we go back to Everybody Wants Some, fast forward a little. Oh, the drum mix is totally different.
It is different, yeah.
The drums are more forward. I think they dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah. I fall asleep at the table or what? The board?
This is more what I was expecting. Cymbals sound better too. They're brighter.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know why. This sounds like a more balanced.
This doesn't sound bad. I'd say this probably sounds just as good as the last one, but it's
the drums. Can't really hear the kick drum.
No, right? You're right. Yeah, it's totally
there,
lacking.
but it's very quiet. But the cymbals, I would
it
argue,
sounded like crap anyway.
I would argue the cymbals sound best. Maybe on this one. Some stereo panning. I want to hear another song.
I couldn't even tell you what the other songs are.
It's called Romeo Delight. See, now this sounds more like Everybody Wants Some.
Yeah, it's quieter. The drums like fall way back. They get quieter. It's really weird.
Yeah, they're not like in the Cradle Will Rock at all.
Yeah.
Let's jump around a little bit. Tora. This is like an intro or a intermission type song, maybe.
That's the thing about like when you're listening to an album is you pretty much get a gist of it in the first couple songs of what it's going to be. I've never heard an album where like there was a minor variation there with the two songs where the drums were mixed a little better in the one song, which most people probably wouldn't even notice.
Maybe not.
But I've never like heard a song where like, man, that sounds terrible, and then like the next song sounds phenomenal.
Right. I feel like the first song is the only one that's different on this album. The rest of it's pretty consistent. It's called Take Your Whiskey Home. I don't know, the drums sound a little different in this one.
Yeah, they do.
They're crispier. Mainly the cymbals.
Overall, they're sounding a little bit...
They're brighter and a little bit louder.
The bass drum is still very absent in the mix.
This vocal, there's something quiet about that, too.
I think the guitar's just louder than it is.
Let's try one more. Could This Be Magic? It's an acoustic song.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm ready to move on to Fair Warning.
Fair Warning.
I don't know if this is David Lee Roth. It is David Lee Roth.
Unchained
Is that
is
flagship song?
Yeah.
Start with that. That's a floppy low E string. You hear it bottoming out. Interesting. Still left channel.
Yeah, it is.
His signature.
Ooh. That's
That feels better.
that does feel better.
Bass is a little too loud. Or the drums are too quiet.
That bass is very predominant all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That just came out of nowhere.
Still, the guitar is louder than everything. I wonder who had control of the final volume level on the guitar in the mix.
Probably Eddie Van Halen. I mean, let's
Can you
face it.
blame him?
He kind of was carrying the band. I mean, come on.
He deserved it.
Yeah, the drums are. It sounds like the same drum set again.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think they just picked up their stuff and like moved to like the next album. Like,
and then did it all in one day.
yeah. It sounds like the last few albums. Like it's very consistent with its structure.
I agree with that. I think it sounds better than the last two albums, though.
It does, but
At least this song. This is a single, so.
right.
Mean Street
Do Mean Street.
is another favorite. How buckethead of you.
Yeah, you get crucified for saying that. Eddie Van Halen invented Buckethead. I guess you can't. That's,
Is it centered? Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
There's your left channel. His guitar tone definitely changed over these couple albums.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Drums are centered again.
I like those hi-hats. Good texture on this. But again, the kick drum is like,
Yeah, it's missing.
where
here.
is it?
The bass isn't dominating in this song either.
So weird hearing that left channel guitar, but it still dominates everything else. Meaning the guitar is not in both channels. If they try to balance it out with the background vocal.
Yeah, it's kind of this song doesn't. It sounds kind of like the last two albums. It's just not. It's not blowing my skirt up. Maybe give it one more. Which one's this?
Push comes to shove.
This is Van Halen.
Apparently. Sounds like, I don't know, Robert Palmer or something.
Really?
Let me fast forward and see if this opens up a little.
Very laid back song.
It's gonna put me to sleep. Let's see what else we have. So this is Love.
This
Snare
sounds.
change.
Yeah, you're right. Good call. It just went.
It got
The
quiet.
volume dropped on that. Wait, start that over again.
They must have recorded on tape. Wow,
What is that?
that's strange to leave that in. It's almost like they brought it down to bring his vocals in, but
let's see. Maybe it comes back up.
I'm not planning on it.
That is strange. I've never heard something like that.
Not a bad overall structure there.
Still missing that kick drum.
Where's the kick?
The cymbals sound good.
Hi-hats are good.
His stuff has always, cymbals have always sounded good, really. Wow.
Consistent vocal sound though. Like I'm not crazy about it, but it's there. Next album's called Diver Down. Now this is
Pretty Woman and Dancing in the Street is...
Let's try Dancing in the Street. We move to the right channel.
Oh boy.
There's that drum sound.
I forgot how many albums they did with David Lee Roth.
Yeah, they did one every year up to this point. So.
The drums are still lacking.
The guitar's actually kind of quiet. Maybe not. I see a way he's playing.
I think it's this song is kind of...
Let's hear a non-single.
Sure.
The song's called Cathedral. Never heard the song before. Oh, this is like a intermission song too. It's only a minute.
Looks like there's a lot of that on this album.
There's a couple more. There's an intro. I think they started playing with keyboards in this album.
Do the first song.
Where have all the good times gone? I don't know if I know this song either.
I don't think I...
This sounds more like Van Halen 1.
It does.
Definitely brighter, not as loud. But just for reference. Let's go back to Van Halen 1 for a second.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there it is. You can feel it immediately.
I know.
In the way the guitar cuts through.
Wow.
It's the dynamics of it. Like, it feels huge. The texture of it, it just feels good to listen to.
Yeah, it's... I don't understand
Overall,
how...
the whole mix, it's like... I don't know how to describe it. It feels cohesive.
You can hear everything. These other mixes are inconsistent and they're not...
Let's try 1984. Oh, Panama and Jumper on this. They definitely leaned more into the keyboard.
So this is where... This is Van Hagar. Right?
Yeah, this is David Lee Roth's last album with Van Halen.
Okay. Is it? Wow. Wow.
Oh, wow. It's a good keyboard sound. It's got that low end. Whoa. There's a kick drum. And what's weird is there's no guitar at all.
Well, yeah, this song, this keyboard driven. This album actually had a lot of hits on it.
Am I losing the kick drum, or is he just not hitting it? He's doing like a soft hit. I feel like it was cutting through in the beginning, but now I don't hear it.
it's kind of faded out again.
There it is.
The elusive kick drum.
I like what they did with the synthesizer sound though. There's a guitar. Not a lot though.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's
Sounds like an analog synth. Sounds good. Better drum mix than the last couple.
it is.
I'm still saying Van Halen 1's the best so far.
Do up Panama.
This guitar's not as dynamic.
No, the guitar is lacking something.
It's got no low end,
Ooh, that cymbal was a little swishy.
was it?
Was it just me?
I don't think it's switching.
The drums sound the best that they've sounded since
Van Halen 1.
since one,
I agree with that. The guitar,
but minus the kick
not
drum.
feeling it.
Yeah,
The kick is shining through more now, though.
now it is. It's weird. It kind of goes in and out.
It
Like it's
does.
not consistent.
Huh. You gotta see Hot for Teacher. How is he doing that? Is it a double kick?
It's double kick, but then
And he's hitting.
He had a kick on one of his low toms, I believe. There was a kick drum, and it would. From what I've been told, I don't think I've ever actually looked into how he did it, but that's what I've heard.
Now that's just a double kick.
That is there, yeah.
His guitar almost, I feel like it doesn't have as much gain on it. I think he changed his tone a little bit. It doesn't have what it has on Van Halen 1.
Yeah, it's not cutting through like on Van Halen 1. Van Halen 1, it's like sounds like it's right there.
It does.
It
sounds like he's playing it through that speaker.
Yeah,
with
this sounds like it has some sort of mask in front of it.
I'm not hating the drums, but
Yeah. Again, it sounds. See, at this point though, from a production standpoint, do you want to change their sound that much?
no.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like this is what everybody's used to at this point, and you've had how many hits?
Doesn't mean you can't
It doesn't mean
improve
you
the
can't make
mix.
it better. I agree with
Preserve
that.
the way you record it and the instruments they're using, because that I think is a part of their sound. The Charvel guitar, Marshall amps,
Yeah.
the drums you can tell. Probably, except for maybe the snare we could hear in that one song. But
The snare's a little weak here.
yeah, I lose it a
You
little.
can barely hear it. You have to like search for it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like that. What else on this album? Let's try-
I'll wait.
I'll wait. Ah, yeah. I remember this song. This reminds me of Led Zeppelin a little bit.
It does have a Led Zeppelin feel.
John Paul Jones' signature right there.
Yeah.
It was cool on the cymbals, what they did. Switched around a little. Man, they really leaned off of the guitar. Very keyboard driven.
Yeah.
That sounds like John. What's his name? Bonham?
John Bonham. Yeah.
It sounds like Led Zeppelin. It's that boxy snare.
It does have that.
The hi-hats.
Yeah.
It's the tight hi, you know. Huh. I kind of like this mix, actually. The kick is consistent so far.
Kick is there.
Good snare, good hi-hat texture. There's Synthesizers are hard panned. There's the one on the rhythm in the right. And then,
Yep.
Then his voice kind of sits a little bit back, but still above everything else. The drums are kind of...
His voice, it's not, it doesn't sound like it's right there, though.
No.
It's got that distant
A little bit.
feeling, like he's singing from across the room.
Yeah, they almost needed to like double it up a little, which I think they're doing right now. But
It's
not bad.
not bad, but
Better
it
than
hasn't-
Panama and Hot Pursuit.
yeah. The inconsistency with their mixes is very, very interesting.
They did not record all of them on the same day. This is Girl Gone Bad.
This actually rips in the beginning here.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
I don't think I know this song.
It's not a great song, but the beginning rips.
Sounds like Rush. Kind of progressive, actually.
You hear me just click his
I did.
sticks? It's almost like it's quieter or something.
It's definitely quieter.
Yeah.
All right. Next album, 5150.
This is Sammy
Hagar's.
Hagar's first. Okay, I should have known that, but
And there's a signature song. Why Can't This Be Love?
I actually really like this song.
It's not a bad song.
I think this is probably one of his best ones.
Why is this called 5150? I know that's the name of his.
Playing?
Hello?
Wow. Hold on, I'm gonna give this some volume.
Different mastering. Yeah, we have to turn it up by like
I just went up like 7 decibels.
Yeah, just to get back to where we were.
Wow.
I don't think that's going to carry through into our listening, but through the laptop. It's okay.
This
This is not that good.
it's very the drums are not forward enough.
Can't hear the kick drum again.
You can't hear, you almost can't distinguish what's going on.
It feels very busy.
It's busy, but it's a mess.
Yeah.
There's no space between anything. It's like a snowball. It just
The riff that's going on the left channel is, everything's conflicting with itself and each other.
I don't even know how to judge something like this. Like it's
You know what I think it is? If you take out the vocals, it's whatever they did to his voice. I feel like it's not sitting with everything else. Oh, it's messy.
do Love Walks In. It's still very quiet. I guess I wasn't really expecting the volume to change too much, but
No, usually things get louder as time goes on, not quieter. Although I think Van Halen 1 was remastered, so that might be why that one sounds so much better. I forgot about that.
that could be.
But I listened to the original pressing of it, and it sounds like the way we hear it, which makes sense, because
Right.
I guess, to some degree. There's like keyboards and the guitar. I mean, there is no guitar.
It's so lost feeling. It's like
I can't.
I feel like I'm listening to something from like 50 feet away, and I'm trying to decipher what's like going on in it. Nothing is defined. There's no girth to it. There's no. It's a shame.
It is.
It's got a few good songs on this album, kind of like the rest of their album.
Well, this one is.
I don't see it getting much better.
Yeah.
OU812.
I don't even know.
So
what's on here.
He has like 5 songs with love in the title. So
you can tell
when it's love. Do that one.
Hell, no. Yeah.
It's still very quiet. I haven't touched. We're up where we were.
It's really quiet.
I don't. It actually sounds like the same album, to be honest with you. I almost wouldn't have known.
Is it the same year? No, it's 2 years later.
It's very soft. There's no punch.
It's very quiet. Yeah, soft is a good word.
See, Van Halen, they should have kept that blaring sound. And they kind of did with all of the... See, I don't know. Maybe Sammy Hagar had a lot more input on the sound because it's drastically different.
Yeah, they shifted away from being guitar-centric to being an 80s pop band. That's what it feels like.
But the guitar is still left panned here, isn't it? For the most part, it's heavy left.
It's heavy left, at least, yeah.
But it's like so quiet, you almost can't even...
I don't even care. Let's try another song from here. Finish What You Started.
Yeah, that's a popular song.
All right, John Mellencamp. The guitar tone is not even close.
It's very different.
To what he was doing before.
It's fingerpicked too, isn't it?
But I mean, over time, you got to try new stuff. I get it. That's definitely fingerpicked. Probably.
I appreciate that.
Potentially a Telecaster, a single coil guitar. It's got that twang to it.
But again, very flat.
I was going to say, this sounds like a 90s lounge rock band. What does this remind me of?
I guess this is why everybody...
Melissa Etheridge.
Melissa Halen. So this is probably why this was trashed. Everybody trashed Sammy Hagar when it changed over. That's like when Joe Dirt said, I like Van Halen, not Van Hagar. Mm-hmm. Because listen to it. It's not this...
It's not Van Halen.
No.
When I think of Van Halen, I think of Van Halen 1 and that guitar sound.
Right.
This is not that.
Now, here's something we haven't really talked about. If you were to remix this, do you think you could make it better? Is the production there, though? That might be getting a little too complicated.
The snare sounds pretty good. I think the problem isn't... This mix actually isn't horrible.
It's just too quiet. It needs...
Yeah. I think it's just in the style shift, meaning there's no distorted guitar at all. So what do you fill the mix out with? I think the drums...
The drums are actually laid out okay, although...
I think the drums need to be a little bit louder. The guitar feels a little thin, too.
It's got that center hi-hat going.
Actually, the drums, that snare is pretty tight. The texture on that is really natural.
It's just too quiet. You can hardly hear it.
Do we have a kick drum?
Yeah, that's, again, somebody didn't like kick drums in Van Halen.
Yeah, this is missing that extra stage of like...
You hear that guitar here, though?
Yeah, it's an acoustic.
It's like it was very close, though. It was...
That snare's got some pop.
So it's not recorded bad. It's just that it's mixed terrible.
I wouldn't say terrible, but...
Maybe that's a strong word, but...
Yeah, I think the recording is good because you can tell the textures of things are what you'd want them to sound like. But yeah, the way it's mixed,
Yeah.
like we lost our kick drum, and there's just not enough to really fill out the song.
Yeah.
But
All right. We entered the 90s.
for Unlawful, Carnal Knowledge.
Now, I got this cranked here a bit because we've been
Let's turn it down.
trying to hear it. All right, I'm going to turn it back down where we were.
We're at 45 on the receiver. It's not going to change how it
That's
sounds
where we
over
were
there.
listening to Van Halen 1. What's good on here? I don't even know. Right now. Past there, I don't even know what else is good on this.
It's quiet. Definitely quiet.
There's a shocker.
I can't believe it. They changed how they mastered it. I don't know. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
I gotta go up again here so we can hear it.
Ooh, boxy. Very boxy.
When you say that, you're talking about what specifically? Ooh.
Everything. I think the guitar. I actually like the drum mix. The guitar feels like it's got
Yeah, there's
something
something.
in front
Is
of
that
it.
what that is?
not just the way he's playing; it's the sound of it.
I thought it was the drums for a second, but it's the guitar.
The guitar's muddy. It's worse than muddy.
This song, it's a piano-driven song, though. Oh, do Runaround.
That snare's pretty
Yeah,
good,
now-
right? Let's try Run Around.
I actually really like this song. But again, the guitar is just... It's not cutting through.
The drums are louder than the guitar.
They are. Yeah.
The drums sound good though. You can hear the kick drum.
Ken. His voice is actually a bit more forward than usual.
Yeah, the guitar tone's killing me.
Yeah.
It's like muffled.
Yeah, meh.
Next album's Balance. Can't Stop Loving You.
Seventh Seal is one of my favorite songs. I'm going to get crucified for saying that.
Is this it's got like the voices in the beginning, right?
Yes. Again, though, I believe this is very quiet.
It's so strange.
It's like...
Oh. Still that same snare drum from Van Halen 1.
It is, yeah.
Kick drum comes through sometimes.
That guitar is a lot
It's
better.
louder, yeah. For two. Yeah. Guitar's doubled up.
Yeah.
His tone is very different now, too. I feel like it changed with every album after the first couple.
The drums are kind of the same. Everything's very centered. The guitars, though, are noticeably louder, though, right now on this album. At least on this
And
song.
they're not as muffled as the last album.
No. But still, the mix is not bad. I think because they brought the guitar back in, the drums are just not... I don't think how to say this. I think for me, the center drums are a little. This actually has more punch to it than the other ones have.
It does.
Yeah, I Can't Stop Loving You is.
Drums are louder still.
Yeah.
Instead of the guitar carrying the song now. Probably why they have them quieter overall.
Voice is louder. Like his voice is much closer than it was.
Oh yeah.
This is probably the best mix since Van Halen 1. In my mind, I think this is like second in line. I think.
Yeah, everything kind of feels good together. This song makes me cringe, but let's try something else. I don't even know what else is. Is it a Billy Joel song or what?
Billy Halen. This is. It's a feel-good song.
This feels like
It's like
Kenny Rogers or something.
Live Aid.
Live Aid. There it is.
This is the problem with them is their songs.
Danger Zone?
Their songs are so hit and miss.
Yeah, like what is?
I don't want to judge the actual music, but
you know what you mean.
It's very strange. It's
Van
very
Halen.
experimental.
Seems like it. Yeah, they were trying something new. Van Halen III, Without You. It's a very raw kick drum.
Roth sang on a few cuts. It sounds like Van Halen 1 again. It sounds back in that realm. It doesn't have
drums.
It doesn't have that overproduced Hagar feel to it.
On his voice, it does. But you're right. The drums are raw.
It sounds like the first. That doesn't sound like. I'm not saying it sounds as good as Van Halen 1, but it's got that throwback kind of feel to it.
They went back to the rawer sound. Still not. Sounds pretty clean though. More of a raw sound, yeah. Fire in the hole. It's supposed to be like a helicopter.
This is their least successful album to date. Apparently, it's the Extreme's vocalist. Former Extreme vocalist, Gary Sharon.
On this song? Or on the album?
I'm trying to understand what this is saying here. It says Roth sang on a few new cuts for, Best of Van Halen 1. So rumors were flying around that they would unite, but it didn't happen. That's not him?
Sounds like David. No, Hagar.
No, David Roth. First one.
Sounds like Tammy Hagar. on this song. This sounds like crap. The vocal is lacking severely.
The whole thing sounds
It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's just like loose, like they didn't tighten it up at all. It's kind of what they went for, is what it sounds like a raw, kind of like how they used to do.
I seriously can't tell who's singing right now.
Sounds like Hagar.
Apparently it's not, though. Apparently it's... Apparently it's Gary Sharoon.
Oh, from
Extreme.
You're saying. Maybe it is him. It sounds very like Hagar, though. I think I've heard enough of it, though.
Yeah,
Let's try their last album, 2012.
This is cringe verse. Doesn't sound much different.
Sounds like the last album. Sounds like crap.
Oh man,
I can't hear. I can't hear the guitar at all. The drums are overpowering everything.
It sounds like Randy. It sounds like
Randy Newman.
David Lee Roth doing a Randy Newman impression. It's David Lee Roth, I believe. I think they brought him back.
That sounds
for
like
this.
him. Ew. It's like overproduced.
That hi-hat is loud.
This is definitely the louder album. Yeah, why is that hi-hat cutting through so much?
It is a loud hi-hat. I wanted to hear more of the voice. The voice actually was sounding pretty good. Boy.
With a Chevy for my summer home. Let's get the party started. It's looking like the city told my
It's very boxy. It's the soundstage is just like this big square.
Yeah.
And there's no
dynamics.
There's no dynamics. Usually things are staged a bit. Drums are forward, and you kind of have your guitars and your vocals kind of sit up high, and then you have things on the sides. This is like everything is smashed into a cube.
Yeah, and it's all the same volume.
Everything is the same volume.
This sounds like a band trying to sound like Van Halen.
That's pretty accurate. His vocal just really fell off. Wow. Yikes.
The textures on things aren't horrible, but yeah, they just made it all the same volume is the problem. To tie it together, let's go back to Van Halen 1 again.
Okay.
See if our prediction stands. Let's do Rolling with the Devil. Yeah, that's... there's so much space for it to breathe.
There is. Everything's got its place.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as loud or punchy per se, but
The mastering's definitely quieter because it's older.
yeah. Get a little bit of volume here.
Oh, the guitar just sounds so...
Why wouldn't you carry that tone throughout? I don't understand why you would change that.
Well, you can't keep doing the same thing forever.
But they did, though. The albums really were so similar for 5 albums straight.
Yeah, they kind of were.
But the guitar work, the guitar sound wasn't this. This is the only album where this guitar sounds like this.
The other ones they kind of get close, but
It's not this.
It just sounds huge. Everything sounds like crispy is the word I would use.
Now, the bass drum, again, it's a little absent.
Yeah,
It does fall in and out, but yeah, I'd say
Van Halen 1 takes the
Van
crown.
Halen 1 takes that, and then probably Balance after that sounded pretty good
Yeah.
for what it was. After that, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even give it a third.
Everything else was forgettable.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean their songs are bad.
No.
Like, there's still some great hits in there.
They have so many hits.
But the...
So iconic, too.
yeah, no one else will ever sound
Nope.
the way that guitar sounds. Well, that concludes the entire Van Halen discography. I know David Lee Roth had another band, I think called Chickenfoot.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's not Van Halen, though, so... For reference, if you want to...
Sammy Hagar had solo
Yeah,
stuff, too. But
Did he? Yeah.
I Can't Drive 55.
Oh, yeah. From Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Chickenfoot has 2 albums. I have no idea.
I've never listened to it.
Should we save this for another time, or... It's not Van Halen.
Yeah, it's not Van Halen.
Maybe
It's
another.
dead to me.
Dead Man.